What's good, guys? Your boy, Mr. Old School Rider. Come back at you one more again on what's Hey You Should Answer Our Voice Live. Also, this is going to be What's Playing Now Music Spotlight. And I have singer and songwriter from H Town, Aniiiya. Hopefully, I got that correct. What's going on with you, Miss Lady?
Hi, you did get it correct. It's Anaya. I'm doing good though. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. We're glad to have you on the show here today. Some of my fellow folks from Houston. So, just going to ask you a few questions here and then we're going to kind of keep it nice and tight here today. So, tell us about yourself.
Yeah, so that's a very loaded question. But yeah, my name is Anaya. I was born in Florida, raised in Texas. I grew up in Katy, Texas, also in Houston. Lived in Houston my adult life pretty much. But I went to college in Orlando. I've lived in LA for a little bit, in Seattle. So, just very traveled. But I've been doing music professionally, decided to take this seriously and do music professionally in 2000 and about 2013. So almost 10 years now. And, just working toward the dream.
There's nothing wrong with that, pursuing your dream and also investing into it as well. So tell us what type of music that you sing mostly.
So, because I'm a writer, I write all different genres of music, but I would say my genre falls into like R&B, R&B pop, which is a new genre, I guess that they created, kind of like a little fusion between pop and R&B. That's kind of what I put myself in that category. Although I do like to say I'm genreless because I write different types of music, but if you want to label it, you could throw it in R&B, pop.
Yeah, I noticed when I found you on Instagram, I was telling you the algorithm kind of found you pretty much. So I know I do interviews out with different things on a regular basis. Then you popped up. I'm like, who is this person keep popping up? Like, you know what? Let me go ahead and check her out real quick. I saw someone post and I heard some of the music. I'm like, dang, this is kind of jamming. Like, you know what? Let me see if I can get on the show here pretty soon. And voila, we're here today.
I love
That's how we found you.
I love that. I feel like Instagram too. Like there's this study that says that you have to see something like an ad or a person or something. You have to see them multiple times to really engage in it. So that kind of just proves just the marketing and just being consistent. Allows people to really connect with you. So I'm glad y'all found me. I'm glad you
Oh yeah,
found me.
oh yeah, that's facts on that. All right, I'm gonna let you have the floor for a little bit. Tell us a little bit more about yourself. This on you right now. It's your show.
I mean, well, really, you can ask me whatever you like. Being that it's an interview, but as far as music goes, I have music on all streaming platforms under Aniiya, Aniiiya. The three I's. Honestly, it's because my real name is Anaya with one I. But I feel like so when I looked it up, actually, when I was registering music under my name, there was some band that already was registering music under my real name. So I was like, well, dang, like, what am I gonna do? So at first, I went by my first and last name, Anaya Gary, but I don't want my whole government name out there. So I switched it up to Anaya with three I's, and that stands for my third eye, being open. I'm very aware, very wise. So that's why I did the three I's. And yeah, I got music on all platforms. I'm constantly, on social media, just putting out knowledge of the things I know, the things I've been through. Um, I feel like that's where I get a lot of feedback from people that do support me and just women because I'm a mom as well. So I have a 3-year-old son and I just talk a lot about that and just life experiences, you know what I'm saying? So people reach out to me. They love when I speak about real stuff, just stuff that I've been through. That's the point, of this life's journey is to talk about the stuff we've been through because we really are all very similar. Um, and then I have a new project coming out at the top of the year next year, and a lot of different collaborations with people in the city and in different countries, actually. I have a lot of different stuff coming out. So I'm pretty excited about it. I don't know. Hello? I don't know if you lost me.
Yeah, I'm right here. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, what I was, I guess I hit the mute button for some reason, but yeah, basically when I saw the three eyes in your name, I was thinking like, you know what, I want to stand maybe for the third eye or something. I know on your page you go a little deeper on some of your stuff, and you actually answer that question as well.
Yeah, that's what it stands for. And again, just like going through life's journey and just figuring out more about myself, like through the things that I've been through, just being in touch with myself and my emotions. I feel like music is definitely a tool to get me kind of on this platform and to fulfill my purpose that God has for me. But music is not my purpose. I think sometimes like we get confused a little bit with our occupation. Music, at the end of the day, it is an occupation to be a musician. It's fun and it's something that I love. I've been singing since I was 7 years old. Honestly, before that, but that's really when I like figured out this is what I was meant to do. This is what I wanted to do. But
Hmm.
I just think, our purpose is more than our potential. Those are two different things. And music is a tool to get me, it's a vehicle pretty much to get me to a certain platform and a certain level so that I can change the world through the things that I've been through. So that's why I made my name the way I did.
So you said you were singing since you were 7 years old. Did you start in church or were you singing at home back then?
Honestly, I've been singing at home my whole life. Like I used to wash the dishes and just be singing. I used to pretend and perform like other people's songs growing up, like Usher, Mariah Carey, Christina Aguilera, Stevie Wonder, JoJo, Chris Brown. Like these are the people in the early 2000s because I was born in 94. But these are the people, that I grew up on. Monica, Brandy, just making me really want to be a singer, inspiring me. Um, so yeah, I used to sing at home, and then I did sing at church. At the end of my video, this music video, praying for the latest song that I put out, I have like a clip at the end, and you can see me singing. It's like a church play. I got the lead, so I was singing there. Um, and then that's like really when it solidified for me. Okay, not only do I like singing, not only is this fun, and I think I'm good, but I was like, I know I'm good, because I got a little standing ovation and I was 7 years old. So I was like, okay, I can actually sing. So yeah.
Oh yeah, I see you have a musical gift that you can share with your world. Also, you can kind of use it to put like certain messages there that you want to, send out, of course, because
Hmm.
the way that you are and everything is going to pretty much going to help a lot of people with your music.
Yeah, that's very true. I do take that seriously, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, of course I'm an adult, I'm a grown woman, but I am cautious, not even cautious. I think naturally I make a certain type of music. And when I said like I'm a grown up, we do grown up things. So I have songs that are tailored to grown shit. You know what I'm saying? Grown love. I got a song called Grown. But there's also a certain kind of way I come down just like in life. You know what I'm saying? Cuz like I have a niece that looks up to me. She's 9 years old. I got a little sister. I
Oh,
have a son. So, and I also know and I've taken on like I know again my purpose and I know kind of like how I need to move to influence and inspire the masses. So even though I'm on the come up, you know what I'm saying? I'm just really aware, really cautious of like the type of music that I make. And then honestly, it's really not even natural for me to be doing too much with my music anyway, like just saying all types of stuff. And I'd be forcing it to even be a certain type of way. So I just be myself and people like it, or they don't. So yeah.
yeah, I can pretty much see that you stay true to yourself on social media and also on your music as well. You pretty much you're consistent with everything that you're doing.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And I really don't put too much thought into it. I just do it. I think that comes like with growth and maturity, just really knowing like who you are, you know what I mean? Being confident in that. And then I think it comes naturally. You don't really have to try too hard to be any kind of way. You literally just are. And then it's just like that shows. And again, it's not about like seeking validation outwardly. I think like we've all been in spaces in life, literally everybody, where we've all had those times where we seek validation. So I don't think anything's wrong with that, but I just think like at a certain point you just get to this place where you're like, look, this is me. Like this is what it is. And yeah, like the authenticity is what people gravitate toward.
Oh yeah, we rocking with it. There's nothing wrong with that. We're rocking with it. So you mentioned the song "Praying." Is that song is pretty much based on your upbringing in church? Is that pretty much kind of close to it? What I'm saying?
No, not at all. The song is basically just talking about, the hook is saying, hope they're praying, not praying on me. So it's hope they're praying, Prayin, not praying, Preyin. So I knocked off the G because I'm saying from the South. So we don't say praying, we say praying. So that's what the song's talking about. It's just talking about hope people are praying for you, wishing the best for you when you're on the grind, when you're on the come up, rather than preying on you, um, being a hater, preying on you, praying for your downfall, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's actually one of the first songs I listened to when I first saw you. I'm like, okay, I wonder what's the meaning on this. But yeah, you pretty much put that together, and yeah, people do kind of pray on your downfall. Don't want to see you do certain things because they don't want to do it. I mean, it takes hard work and everything. You just gotta keep on pushing, but people don't want to see you doing your thing out there.
Yeah, I mean that's true. It's kind of like life is life, and life is tough either way it goes. So you kind of have to pick which tough you want to do. Like, do you want to be average? Do you want to be complacent? Or do you want to strive to fulfill your purpose to be the best you can be? And I feel like I really don't have any fears in life. Because sometimes people say like you become what you fear. So I don't fear anything, but I would say like something I stay away from is like being average or just being normal, like mediocre, like not reaching my full potential is like, that is, if I did have a fear, that would be the fear. So yeah, people definitely, prey on you because they chose to be complacent, or they chose to take that route that seems easier, that doesn't involve them working on themselves fully. So that's just really what the song's talking about. It's just talking about life and having everything be on you to be the best you can be, and hoping that people ain't hating on you. But you do got to stay prayed up, because it's gonna be people that are hating on you, praying on your downfall. You just got to make sure that whatever you believe in, that you believe in it, so that all that negative energy doesn't infiltrate you.
Oh yeah, that's true on that. So I'm just gonna answer a few other questions here real quick. So what is the process of you writing a song? So you
Yeah, I like that question because I love writing music. So the process for me, it can be like two different ways, pretty much. If I'm writing by myself, which I write all of my music by myself as of now. So I meant like not collaborating, but either I listen to a beat and I press record on my phone. So I'll use like my voice memos. I pretty much don't listen to beats without my voice memo. So if I don't have like any kind of recording device, I won't even listen to a beat. Because a lot of the times, like my first initial thought, it's kind of like when you're talking, like you just talk. You don't write down what you're going to say first. You just say it. So that's how I do a lot of my songs. It's just like a freestyle. So I'll pull out the voice memo and then listen to the beat, whatever comes to me, whatever melodies, because melodies come easiest to me. So I'll just record that, and then I will listen back to that. And if it's popping how it is, I'll record that. Or I have a studio. This is like my room area, and I have a studio here. So I will just record myself. And then honestly, like 85% of the times, whatever I'm saying freestyle is like super hard. So I'll just keep it. Or I'll go back in and change up a couple words here or there. So that's one way. Or if it's a certain type of beat that I really, really like, but I don't think of anything immediately, I will write on my phone, like in my notes, and then I will actually write lyrics in my notes and then kind of memorize that and then record it. So one of the two. But it's really more just like a vibe and an energy, and if I like the beat.
You know, I was going to ask you about ask you that question. Do you go off the top of your head into your voice memo most of the times, or do you? I guess it's a mixture of your voice memo and your pen and paper, right?
So no pen and paper at all. Like the notes that I'm using are on my phone. So I
Oh,
haven't written, I don't know the last time I used pen and paper. I think the last time I used pen and paper to write a song was probably, honestly, probably like 2013, 14, when I just started making like actual, when I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this professionally. That's like the last time I wrote with pen and paper. I don't do that because for me, it stifles my creativity. It's too much thinking. Like I'm just trying to go. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think of what comes to me, what emotion I get from it. That's why I'll freestyle majority. And then again, like if I like the beat, I will write, like, I got my phone, like I'll pull out my notes in my phone and then I'll just write actual lyrics in my notes on my phone. But no pen and paper. Mm-mm, mm-mm.
you know what? Whenever I have some of my authors on my show, some of those actually do the same thing. They don't actually like write it down on paper all the time. They pretty much either do they do like a voice memo or some type of software they can talk into to write out their book.
Yeah, like that's just like the naturalist way to do it. And like I know, so when I lived in LA, I lived with this old lady actually. And so I couldn't really write. And this is when I was probably like 20. I couldn't actually like pull out beats and do the voice memo thing because, she was like right there sleeping kind of deal. Cause like I'd work all day and then, I'd have time to write at night. So I used to have to go in my car and I would just have like my iPad and I would play the beats on my phone through my car, and then I'd have the iPad and I'd drive around the city. Sometimes I go up to like a rooftop or just drive, like I lived in stayed in Inglewood when I lived in LA. So the first time. But yeah, like I just take out my iPad and that was kind of like practice. It was like training, like just like an athlete, like you go through practice and training. It takes years to be able to just come up with a song really quick or just shoot, you know, 63 pointers and make 59 of them. Like all this stuff takes time and practice and like honing your craft. So it just took me time to hone my craft pretty much. And I used to just drive around and just, make my little voice memos on my phone. So now at this point where I'm at with it, it's natural to me. So I can make a song anywhere. But like I said, as long as I got my voice memos, I can make a song anywhere.
Wow. So let me ask you a question. Do you go to certain places to get inspired for your music, or you just sit there and just think of stuff?
Um, I would say a little bit of both. Like, so, like this next project that I have coming out is about these experiences that I had like in relationship. So I had so much music and things inside of me, like from that I could come up with. I used to record every single night in 20 at the end of 2020 going to 2021. I used to record every night and I would record at least two, in my opinion, hit songs. So I would record probably like I would really, it wasn't even like a force because it was just like I had so much stuff I needed to get out. So I would just make like two songs a night. And then once I got all that out, that was like 40 songs worth of 40 songs worth of stuff. Once I got all that out, I kind of switched gears to like more upbeat type of stuff. I was just like in a different mood. I felt like I got all this stuff out. So the inspiration was more like my relationship. And then now it's just like life. And I can kind of pull from stuff from anywhere. 5 years ago, sometimes I think about things that I want to happen in the future. Um, and like, like just throughout my day, like I kind of get inspired by a lot. Like anything, I get inspired by my son, whatever I see on Instagram. Sometimes I go to the museum, get a little inspiration from there. So pretty much anywhere.
Oh yeah, life experiences bring out the best in us. Depends on what we channel their energy into, especially music. Especially
Yeah,
with you guys, the female on the female side, you guys draw from your life experiences so well in music.
that's real.
Regard,
Yeah, I feel like,
you,
you got to be tapped in. Got to.
you're right about that. So when is your project coming out?
So it'll be coming out at the beginning of next year, and I will post more about it. I haven't dropped a project in six, almost 7 years. Wow, that's crazy. Is it
I know
almost
you
7?
do. I know you do like songs here and there and everything. It kind of keep your blood flowing. At least you're doing that part.
That's crazy though. I haven't dropped a project in a while. So this is going to be my first like full body of work in a very long time. It's going to talk about, just like all the things I've been through and kind of why things happened the way they did. Cuz it's a story. It's going to be in the biopic. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be in the biopic for sure.
Oh,
But
all right.
we're really working on things over here, me and my team, just really getting everything together, finishing out this year strong. Again, I have a lot of collaborations coming with a lot of really talented artists. Um, got one from an artist in Nigeria, so it'll be like an Afrobeat kind of vibe. Yeah, it's I got a lot of really positive things. I have some shows that I'm doing. I haven't performed in about 4 years. So I have some shows, a couple festivals coming, South by Southwest, a lot of good stuff. It's really go time, but it's one of the things where people be like coming soon. Like I'm not a coming soon ass person. I'm just like, like under construction. Like no, I'm just going. I'm doing what I'm doing now. I'm not worried about like being relevant or anything like that. I'm literally getting things together. Everything makes sense. It's all a puzzle piece, and once all the pieces is put together, it's all gonna make sense. So 2023,
Oh yeah, it's going down.
be at the Grammys. You know what I'm saying? It's really time. So yeah,
Oh yeah, you got to put the work into it. It's going to reward yourself. It will.
amen.
We believe in it too. We got a couple other questions before we get up out of here. We're getting close to the end, of course. I will also be at the South by Southwest as well and a few other festivals. I can finally come back to Texas without anything happening. So, what would you suggest? Oh, excuse me. What would you suggest for somebody that want to get into music?
So wants to get into it.
Hmm.
Um, I actually like that question because I feel like a lot of people ask me that. Like a lot of younger people ask me that. I've had some family members like ask me that kind of question, but a lot of young people ask me that, and that's another side note. But that's another reason why I do what I do is for the youth, 100%. Like it's for the people under me to really inspire them, motivate them, help them, whatever way I can. Um, but I would just say to hone your craft, kind of like my story. Like I was 20 years old. I'm 28. I was 20 years old writing music in my car, just trying to be better, just trying to push myself to be better, like networking. I feel like now the time we live in, it's like social media. Like when I started doing social media, it was new. So we were like ahead of the wave with the creating content and all that type of stuff. Now it's just like crazy. The past 4 years has really just gotten to the point, I think, where it's a really good thing, but it's also like, I think a lot of people want to rush stuff. And I mean, I've been guilty of that too. You kind of look at what other people are doing and you're like, well, why am I not? Da 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 da, like that whole situation. And that's kind of what I was talking about in my song Praying too. But just really like to hone your craft and just be patient and just consistent. Like there's so many people that started when I started that are really on doing some stuff right now, and they were consistent, like consistency doesn't have to be you're going 100 miles an hour for 7 years. Like you can sometimes go 2 miles, but you still got to go toward the goal. You know what I'm saying? And like just knowing that it's all timing and just patience and really like with this music shit, just really finding your sound and standing firm in your sound. Because I feel like people be forgetting like Drake is one of the biggest artists of all time, and Drake's sound was 100% different from anything anyone ever heard. He had little influences here and there, but like Drake made a flow, and a lot of people didn't rock with him at first because it was so new. So I think if you're trying to get into music, just know your sound and know who you are, and just as many times as people want to tell you no or overlook you or not care or feels like they ain't paying attention, at some point it'll happen, but you just gotta keep doing it. And don't just be putting out stuff to be putting out stuff because it's cool to do music now. Like if you really don't love it, I don't have advice for you. I don't know what to tell you.
I heard that. You don't see me putting no tape out. You know, it's not my day.
Yeah. But look, it's like it's cool now, and you get a lot of people get paid to say a lot of bullshit nowadays, to keep it real. So it's cool for everybody to da 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 da. You know, it's like the same little flows and the same whatever. And it's just like,
Copy and paste.
but it works. So I'm not knocking it. But if that's the type of thing you want to do, you want to do it because it's hot, because it's cool right now, then I really don't have advice for you. I don't know. I'd probably say do something to get a lot of attention, and it'll probably work for you. But I don't know how long you're
So
gonna
let's
last.
yeah, that's true with that. That is so true. So are you independent right now or are you signed to somebody right now?
I'm independent right now. I'm independent right now, and it's me. And I got my little team right now, um, and that's us. You know.
Hey, you gotta start with yourself first, you know what I'm saying? From being where you at right now, mostly a lot of people are independent anyway. You pretty much
Yeah.
have full control and also you keep most of your money.
Yeah, I mean, really, you keep it all honestly, and like ownership. I'm black, so being black and having ownership is important. I could probably go get a deal tomorrow, but is it going to make sense? No. You know, what am I going to have to do for that? You know,
Right,
so
that's true, you know. Yeah, you don't know what's behind it, you know what I'm saying? Just keep doing what you're doing. It's gonna work itself out. It's working right now, but keep being consistent. It's gonna work itself out at the end. You're gonna inspire
100%.
a whole lot of people as well about what you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's the goal. That is the point. 100%.
So, what are your final thoughts right now?
Um, really, just y'all stay tapped in with me. And if you don't stay tapped in with me, it's okay, because you're gonna not be able to get rid of me at some point. I'm gonna be everywhere. So it's your choice. But yeah, we got new music coming out, new visuals, collaborations. I've got a new show that I'm working on. That'll be really cool. It's based here in Houston, and it will be um, with a TV and radio station that I work with, Afro Vibes TV and Radio. I got a TV show coming out there. So that will be really cool. And again, got some shows. But yeah, just everybody stay connected on Instagram is really like my main platform. So I make sure like I post everything on there.
So, tell everybody where we can find all your stuff at.
So it's Aniiiya Music, everything, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I don't have Twitter. It's all Aniiiya Music. That's Aniiiya, and then music. And then you can also go to my website, which is aniiiya.com. So aniiiya.com. I have merch on there, um, videos, pictures, and I'll be updating that as well. And it'll have like different show dates and stuff like that on there. So yeah.
All right. See, there you go, folks. Stay on the line. We're gonna chop it up for a few minutes, but other than that, thanks for watching. Excuse me. Thanks for watching. Hey, use your inside voice with Mr. Old School Rider and
Aniiiya.
I want you to say, there you go. I want you, oh, yeah, that delay again. on what's playing down Music Spotlight from Houston, Texas, of course. Of course, I'm from Dallas, but I'm in Atlanta right now. So
Oh, yeah.
over and out.
I said, okay, you're in Atlanta.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna keep you on real quick, but I'm gonna go ahead and end the live real quick. Stay right there. And guys, you can find me on my social media at Mr. Old School Ride on Instagram and YouTube. And also, don't forget to vote for my other podcasts at the Riders Book Club for the C Awards for 2023. Other than that, stay right there.